Good morning. Welcome to Unity in Harlem Sunday service. Today is Sunday, March 5th, 2023. March is Women's History Month. Unity in Harlem honors the outstanding achievements and contributions women are making and have made throughout history to humanity and the world. The theme for the month of March is The Gentle Winds of Change. Unity in Harlem is blessed and pleased to have as our guest speaker today, Reverend LeRoy Weathers. Order of service is as follows. Marie Poncé will perform the opening celebration song. Bob Poncé will read the Unity in Harlem affirmation. Reverend Carol Hunt will read today's daily word, Dominion. There will be a guided meditation, the Sunday service presented by Reverend LeRoy Weathers. After the presentation, prayer requests, tithes, offerings, and finally the peace song. Now the opening celebration song by Marie Poncé. Marie?
Thank you so much, Nancy. You ever wonder why to Creator? Your prayer, why? Why the obstacle? Why is this always there somehow? Can you find a way to actually believe it is well? Grander earth has quaked before, moved by the sound of his voice. Seas that are shaken and stirred can be calmed and broken for my regard. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you. And it is well with me. Far be it for me to not believe, even when my eyes can't see. And the mountain that's in front of me shall be thrown into the midst of the sea. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you. And it is well. It is well. Let go, my soul, and trust in him. The waves and winds still know his name. Let go, my soul, and trust in him. The waves and wind still know his name. The waves and wind still know his name. The waves and wind still know his name. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well. It is well. Sing it is well. Sing it is well. Sing it is well with my soul. Sing it. Sing it. It is well with my soul. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you. And it is well with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. Now for the announcement. Unity in Harlem's phone connection number is 698-428-2725. Phone number 929-205-6099. Passcode number 777-7777. Use these numbers to join Unity in Harlem after the service for fellowship. To join Unity in Harlem's Tuesday study group, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The book, The Universe is Calling by Eric Butterworth. And to join Unity in Harlem Friday's Prayer Circle, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Unity in Harlem Gospelgram for March 2023 is featured on Unity in Harlem's Facebook page. Anyone wanting to speak to the minister about a personal matter, please call 646-481-1844. Finally, join Unity in Harlem next Sunday, March 12, 2023. Guest speaker, Imam Dr. Askia Muhammad. Now, the Unity in Harlem affirmation. Bob.
Isaiah 55 verse 11 says, "So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." Unity affirmations speak to the power of our words, and particularly the power of I am. And so we say this affirmation every Sunday to affirm our divine nature. The words are on the screen, and I invite you to say them with me. I am an abundant, radiating center of God's love and light for peace, healing, and inner truth for all.
Greetings, everyone. I'm privileged to share the daily word with you. Today, March 5th, 2023, the word for the day is dominion. Dominion. And the affirmation, I claim dominion and direct the course of my life. I claim dominion and direct the course of my life. While I may not be able to control what happens in my life, I am always free to determine how I will respond. Through my divine faculty of dominion, I decide what to think, what to say, and how to act. If a thought of fear or powerlessness arises, I remember all the wisdom, understanding, and strength of God are within me. Whether I am organizing my day or moving forward after making a life-altering decision, the principle of dominion is always mine to claim. Knowing this, I move through life with quiet confidence. I am secure in myself and in the knowledge I am a divine being. I claim dominion and feel my life expand into a field of limitless possibility and potential. And the scripture for today, taken from Psalm 8:6, you have given them dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under their feet. May dominion inspire you today.
Thank you so much, Reverend Carol Hunt. Yes, and thank you, Ricky Byers, for this next song. It all fades into God. And think of that in terms of dominion. In my pain, deep within my weakness, is a seed of something greater, greater in me. And the shame of not choosing higher, all the disappointing moments turn into God, and no mistake have been made in God. All the ways that we seem to fail in God all fades. It all fades into God. No choice, prisoner of anguish, in a jail of I'm so lonely, a jail of all is lost, but the stars shining to remind us, seed will need the darkness to change into new light, and no mistakes have been made in God. All the ways that we seem to fail in God all God. Oh, yeah. In God is the gravity that holds me together. In God is the orbit in which I am spinning. I see the stars and I remember to remember. Inside my pain is the seed of my strength. In God is the gravity that holds you together. In God is the orbit in which we are spinning. I see the stars and I remember to remember. Inside my pain is the seed of my strength. God is my life. In God is such excellence. Oh, all the ways that we seem to fail. In God all fades. It all fades into God, and no mistakes have been made in God. All the ways that we seem to fail in God all fades. It all fades into God. Thank you.
Breathing in through the nose, and out through the mouth, keeping a consistent rhythm with every breath. Smooth on the inhale, smooth on the exhale. Repeat the following affirmations in your mind as you breathe in a rhythm. Feel the truth of these statements in your body. I am worthy. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of great health. I am worthy of love. I matter, and I am worthy. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of downtime and self-care. I am worthy to speak my truth. I am worthy to be myself. I am worthy of setting healthy boundaries in my relationships. I am worthy of using my voice. I am worthy of my dreams and desires. I am strong. I am sovereign. I am courageous. I am worthy of receiving. I am worthy of healing. I love my body. I love myself. I am enough. I am worthy. I am deserving of abundant life. I am whole, perfect, and complete, just as I am. Now breathe fully in and exhale fully out. Holding your breath. Enjoy this moment of stillness. And repeat to yourself, I am worthy. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of great health. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of respect. I matter, and I am worthy. And if you get an urge to breathe, take a quick sip in and out. And continue to hold. And then when you get a real big urge to breathe, take a big breath fully in. Hold the breath. Squeeze the mula bandha, contracting your pelvic floor muscles. And imagine shooting that energy up from your root chakra, from your pelvic floor, up the spine, up, into the midbrain. Focusing your attention on your third eye. I am strong. I am sovereign. I am courageous. I am enough. I am whole, perfect, and complete, just as I am. And then exhale with a sigh of good feelings. Returning to normal, relaxed breathing. Embody these words as you go throughout your day. Are worthy. You are enough. Sending you much love and peace for your day ahead.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity. It's certainly a pleasure to be here today to give this talk. But before I do that, I want to thank Carol for the daily word, Nancy for the announcements and welcoming, Marie for the music. I thank you so much, and I'm very glad you're here today to join me as we speak the words of God. It was appropriate that the selection of Marie's is divine order, in fact. My eyes are on you. That resonates. That resonates for me, and it should resonate for you as well. Because God's eyes are on everyone, despite their living condition, despite their status. No one is out of reach or out of sight of God. And I say that because today I feel sometimes we have some Christians that become so fragile with their belief that they cannot be around so-called sinners. People who are unlabeled, that are labeled untouchable, unlikable, and unlovable. people who are problematic rather. Even the Pharisees questioned Jesus. And how can this man be around or associate himself with sinners, with the undesirable? But Jesus was clear in who he was. And when you are clear of who you are and your connection with God, you don't live a fragile. Your faith is not fragile. I want to read from Matthew's chapter 5, verse 43 through 46, if I may. Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies and bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and the unjust. Oftentimes, at least I feel, that folks may feel they're not worthy for God's love, for God's forgiveness, for God's mercy. Everyone is in a position where they never fall short of God's grace. When you know who you are, and when you know your connection with God, the opinions of other people does not have to be your reality. It doesn't matter. However, sometimes we hold on to opinions of other people who really don't know us. We let it set in our spirit, and it upsets us. There are some people that feel that they can cripple you with their words. But I don't have to defend myself and who I am, because I'm clear on who I am. And my faith is unchallenged. It's not at the point of comfort that your faith comes out. It's at the point of discomfort is when your true faith comes out. With that being said, today the theme of my talk is simply, I am worthy. With that being said, I'm going to take time out to read to you the entire verse in the parable of the prodigal son. Now, Jesus often shared prodigals. Number 11. And he said, Jesus continued, there was a man who had two sons. The younger one said to his father, Father, give me my share of the estates. So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the young son got together all he had, set off at a distant country, and there he squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare? Here I am starving to death. I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found,' so they can begin to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard the music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. 'Your brother has come,' he replied, 'and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound.' The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, 'Look, all these years I've been slaving for you, never disobeyed your orders, yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who has squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him.' 'My son,' the father said, 'you are always with me, and everything that I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and he's alive again. He was lost and he was found.'" In Luke 15, there are three stories told in parable by Jesus Christ. In Luke 15, we read the impetus to the teaching of Jesus of the prodigal child. He talks about someone who lost a sheep, and when they found the sheep, they celebrated. Then Jesus goes on and speaks on the fact that there was one coin missing or lost. And the person swept the whole house until they found that one coin. And when they did, they gathered their friends together to celebrate. Now, the story of the prodigal child is self-explanatory. I'm going to highlight a few things in the story. Now, the young man comes to his father and says, listen, I want my inheritance. I want my money now. Whatever is reserved for me, I want it now. Now, I want to go out and party and have some friends, have some fun. Now, what's not pointed out to you is the father gathered the things and gave it to his son, no fight. Father says nothing. The son takes it. He takes it and he knows he's going to go out there and he's going to party. You know how we do when we get some money? We go out, we party, we heavy, we tip big. Now, naturally, we tip big not when we're by ourselves, but we tip big around other people. And everybody's around us. We're throwing parties everywhere. Now, it doesn't specifically say how long the younger son was out there. It could have been months, it could have been years, but that doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is the money runs out. And you know how that is when the money runs out. Your friends are not there. They don't speak to you anymore. So now he's alone. And no one gives him anything. He gets a job feeding the pigs. He found himself that he was alone and he had hit rock bottom. But in the story, there's that phrase. The one line is a line that transforms him. He came to himself. He knew he had made bad decisions, made bad choices. And we all have that moment. Living the way we want, getting caught up in things we have no business getting caught up in, doing things we have no business doing. And there were times in our life we weren't even going to church. In fact, Sundays was our time to recover from Friday and Saturday. We've had those times where we've had multiple times where we came to ourselves. You know, there's a time, God, if you get me out of this, you know, I'll never do this again. I'll go to church each Sunday. I'll make sure I'm there, God. You know, I'm not going to do this again. I promise you. And sure enough, we go to church for 3 Sundays, and the 4th Sunday we miss because we were out Friday and Saturday again. We're out there again. But then we come back. God, if you give me this one more chance, I know, God, I said before that I'm not going to go out there again, but if you just give me this chance again. So we have multiple times when we come to ourselves. Sometimes our intentions don't add up and match our actions. Sometimes when we fall like the young son, you don't hear this from God. You give it to yourself. You think you can't come back to God the same way because you've made your mistake that God would never forgive you. However, you become transactional like the son. I got to go back home. I can't be living out here in the streets doing what I'm doing. But I know my dad is going to have a problem. I'll tell you what, I won't go back as his son. I'll go back as a servant because my title as son has expired because of my decisions. There is no way my father will accept me with the equal standards that I had before I left. I've ruined it. How many of us have gone so low that we've ruined relationships? Be it with our parents, be it with a good friend, be it with anybody that we had a good relationship, a caring relationship. And we feel we can't go back. They'll never accept us. You know, I done hurt this person, so I done hurt her so bad that she'll never forgive me. However, it takes courage to go back home, to own up to your mistakes, and to be willing to go back to the people you've wronged and make amends with honesty. Again, I say the younger son came to himself. After eating with the pigs, after being in a situation that he was getting no help from no one, he realized who he was. He had another revelation at that particular time because he said to himself, even the servants eat better than this. Now what I need to explain to you is folks who have harmed may not be willing to forgive you, but it's more about you and not whether they are willing to forgive you. Don't get angry with them. Sometimes you have to give folks time to make their transformation like you have. You have to give them time to renew themselves like you needed time to renew yourself. They may not forgive you the first time you come back. They may not forgive you the second time. But you keep coming back and give them that time. Sometimes you don't have to keep coming back. Sometimes what happens, you may get a phone call a month later saying, I understand and I forgive you. Because we all are worthy. And remember, just because you've gotten to the place where you want to make amends sometimes, again, you must give people time. They may not acknowledge it right away. And as I say this to you, when we make mistakes, or we act in a way that we shouldn't act, or in an appropriate way, life still goes on. Because you made a mistake, life doesn't stop. It goes on. The son was doing what he was doing out there. The older son, he was at home doing what he does, being obedient to his father. Life goes on. And the father, he was still holding on. He still had faith that his son would come to himself. But he still did what he had to do. Life goes on. You can imagine, if we close our eyes, even though life goes on, the father would once in a while take a glimpse out the window and look over the horizon to see if his prayers have been answered, to see if he can see his son walking over the horizon. It's no matter how far you go or how much time passes, there's going to be that one person or several persons that pray for you, that hold you high in their thoughts, that believe and have faith that you'll come to yourself and believing you'll come back. We all didn't get here on our own. It was because of the community, our parents, our grandparents, who was lifting us up and refused to let us go. Refused to believe that you would not come to yourself. There's that someone in every person's life that they can point to that never gave up on them. In my life, I really think about my grandmother, for example. I could remember each and every time I used to hang out or whatever. When I go to her home, and that's what I would do, I wouldn't go home because I knew how my parents would respond. I would go to her. And she would softly say, "How you doing? Is everything okay?" It wouldn't be, "Where you been? What you were doing? I told you not to do it." I wouldn't be chastised. I go to her and she would receive me with open arms. She was my guardian angel. We all have that. We all have that. And in her dying moments, at the time she was ready to make her transition, she was in a coma. But my aunt told me that she woke up. Well, she said, whether she was conscious or not, she said, "LeRoy will have to do it alone, but he'll be all right because I have to go." I'm paraphrasing it, but it was something like that. My grandmother had me in mind during the time she was making her transition. That's powerful love. And I imagine there's someone in everyone's life that they can remember that never gave up. And I suggest to you to this day to pay homage to those individuals. As I see it, now, in the story, as we read, the oldest son, he's uptight, he gets tight, he's angry. He says to the father, "Hey, look, what's going on here? I'm here for you. I'm obedient. I feed the animals. I take care of you. And you don't give me a party. You don't kill an animal for me and my friends to eat." And his father looked at him. And his father said, "You're confused. because all I have is yours. But you weren't lost. But your younger brother was, and now he is found. That is something to celebrate. Just as it was something to celebrate when the young man found the sheep that was lost. It was time to celebrate. Or the person that found the one coin that was lost called her friends to celebrate, even though she may have had tons of coins. But that one coin that was lost, when that was found, was a time to celebrate. Now, if we look at the story and the symbolism, the older son represented the gatekeepers of organized religions back then. In the son's mind, yes, he was righteous. He was righteous, but it was self-righteousness. In other words, his idea of being righteous is being good, doing the right thing. And that's how you become worthy of God's love. It doesn't work like that. Everyone is entitled to God's love. It never ceases. I know for myself, when I had this come to myself moment, it was like God embraced me, put his arms around me to remind me that God's love for me never ceases. And the further I attempt to move away from God, it seems like God extends God's arms and embraces me. Now, the Father represents love. The Father represents God. God is like the person who lost the one sheep, and that person God finds. God is like the individual that swept the whole house to find the one coin, because God's eye is on you. It never ceases. You and I are the ones that God embraces every moment of the day. Ironically, the Son represents us, who have done wrong, made mistakes, not always making the best choices. Yet, we come into our own. As I look back on the story, I'm going to bring this to an end. I can imagine the son repeating to himself, just like you and I, when we made a mistake, we got to go home, and how am I going to present myself to my parents? I was out hanging out, and I made a mistake, and we repeat our story as we're going home. I can imagine him repeating his story to his father. I have sinned against heaven and you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as if I was one of your servants. Him saying to himself, not knowing that at the end of his journey is love. Not knowing that at the end of his journey there's mercy. And again, I can imagine when his father saw him. And if you can imagine that, it's like my grandmother's. There's times I saw her looking out the window. When she seen me, she would smile. But again, I can imagine when the father saw his son, he went running out there, and hugged him and kissed him. Quite naturally, the son prepared his story, told the story to his father, but his father probably really wasn't listening. He was just so happy that he was there. And he told the servants, kill the biggest calf. Put a ring on my son's finger. Get his old robe out the closet and put it on him, because we're going to party. We're going to celebrate. You might say to me, well, Lee, Rev, you can't keep, celebrating. You can't keep forgiving. That's what Peter thought. Peter asked Jesus, well, how many times am I supposed to forgive my brother? 7? Jesus says 70 times 7. There is no certain number that is given to how many times you're supposed to forgive somebody. As long as I keep coming back, forgive them. As long as I keep coming back, give them a party. A continuous party keeps going on. So, the Father itself, the Father again represents God. And understanding that we're all worthy of God's mercy and of God's forgiveness. Now, when the Son comes back, another point I want to make is that when he comes back, Father doesn't throw up the mistakes in his face, like some of our parents may be, or someone that we love may throw up in our face and the mistakes, oh, now you back. I told you so. What, you broke now? Now you don't come back because you broke? No. His father didn't say any of those things. Because his love for his son was unconditional. And he also understood that his son is worthy, like we all are worthy. Some of us could be like the father, where someone we love may not be doing the appropriate things, may be doing things that can hurt themselves. And we know it, but we still hold on. They come back and we take them back. And they're there for a while, then they go back out there. And sometimes we may give up when they go back out the 6th time. But what I'm saying to you, never give up. Never give up on that person, because they are worthy. They're worthy of your love. They're worthy of your mercy. And I guarantee that they'll come to themselves. Just like you. Certainly me. I have hit rock bottom. I have done things in life that I'm not proud of today. We all have. And I'm saying, don't run away from your story. Don't run away from your negative past, because it's your story. You understand that you had to go through what you went through to be where you're at today. We all have a story. And at times, we eliminate our past, but our past, again, is part of our story that got us where we are today, that got us to unity. Had any single part of that didn't happen, the good or the bad, we wouldn't be where we're at today. In fact, sometimes when we look at our past and the things, the choices that we've made, it prompted us to move forward. It directed us in this path. Because we've had our dark nights. We've had our dark nights. So I want to conclude today that we all are worthy. And never give up on an individual who you love unconditionally. Because they'll come back. You know, it may take 3 or 4 times before they'll stay permanently, before they come to themselves permanently. So again, I close today in saying that we all are worthy. We all are that lost sheep at one time, or that lost coin at one time. And there's always that person that's searching for us, hoping and praying that we come into God's light, we come into who we are. And thank you so much today for listening. And I hope I've touched someone's heart today in understanding that we're worthy, and understanding also whoever there is, whatever individual that's out there that you want to come to you, whether it's a child, no matter, you have your arms open and let them know that you love them. Have a blessed day, and so it is. And thank you so much.
We thank Reverend LeRoy Weathers for this powerful message of remembering our worthiness as children of God. Also remembering others are already worthy as children of the Creator. And that there's nothing that can come between and banish us from that love. And thinking of that love, we come together now in the center of prayer, thinking of the words, I am worthy. Others are worthy. Everyone, and in some ways everything, is worthy. As we think about these words, I am worthy, see yourself. See those you care about. Already worthy. As children of the Creator. Centered in you and in them is the I am. I am. No matter the circumstances, no matter the mistake, at the center and core, I am. Constantly there, letting you know, letting them know, inherent worthiness. Inherent worthiness. We are one with the Creator. Put yourself now in the center of this truth. Put those you care about in the center of this truth. And in our mind's eye, all of us who have participated in this service, right now, in the center, we celebrate. I am. The meaning and depth of I am worthy. We give thanks for this awareness and this knowing. For in knowing this and in practicing, we are never lost. We can never give up. We can always change. We say yes to this message that is always before us, this message that is always us, as us. And we see each other the same way, giving thanks always for being created, perfect and complete. We say yes, and we say amen. In the same awareness, we think of the gift that we would share, the gift that we would offer from the bounty that flows through us as us. We give thanks for all those who give, for it is in giving that we receive. And it is as we give, so we receive. We give thanks for all those who know of unity in Harlem and join us every week and blesses us with their gifts. And we continue to see ourselves as vessels through which the divine flows through and prompts us to give. On the screen is the prayer we say together every week. I will say it first, and then you are invited to join me in affirming this great truth. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Shall we know it together? Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. So be it.
Thank you so much, Lee Weathers, for that marvelous talk, and for Carol as well. Wow. Nothing, neither depth nor height, nor anything in creation can separate us from the love of God. Here I am, Lord, use me, guide me, fill me, take me, lead me by your will. Thy will is done through me this day. Thy will is done through me this day. Thy will is done through me this day. Thy will is ready to follow, to serve you, to love you, to be you in this world. Lord, you call, I answer. I'm open, I listen, I hear you, I feel you moving me. Thy will is done through me this day. 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 Lord, you call, I come closer. I'm humbled, surrendered, lifted, committed to your plan. Oh, thy will is done through me this day. Thy will is done through me this day. Thy will. Here I am, Lord. Here I am, Lord. Lord, I come. Lord, I come. I trust you, believing, forgiving every day. Thy will is done through me this day. Thy will is done through me this day. Thank you. Hi, Carol. Reverend Carol J. Hunt.
Yes.
Yes, we were graced by Reverend LeRoy Weathers. Woohoo.
Is he going to join us for the prayer protection?
Oh, maybe. Oh, there he goes.
There he is.
What's up, Lee?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So much to think about and do. Wow. Practice of forgiveness every day. Woo. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. All right. Reverend LeRoy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Follow me as we read the prayer protection. It's up here on the screen. We begin now. The light of God surrounds us. The love
of God
enfolds us. The power of God
protects us.
The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we
Wherever
are, God is, and all is well.
All is well.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
All right.
I guess we could even forgive the people who are no longer with us, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, can we be expecting like that,
definitely.
Father,
No, it
for
absolutely.
our fathers, fathers?
Right. I think, yeah, I believe in that. I started to do homage to our ancestors, and I know that my father and I, had some issues, but I
Mm.
asked his forgiveness, and he does well in the spiritual world.
Mm.
And I forgive him as well. This is a thing that I say, but yeah, even folks are not, they're not here, but they're here.
Right.
You know, they're not here, but they're here.
Right. Amazing. Just amazing.
We can continue the conversation in just a few moments after we sing the peace song.
Yeah, come and join the Zoom.
Yes.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family, are we? Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment, on each moment,